I always forget how good that intro music is. Oh man. Welcome back to Analysts After Work. Our first show since summer vacation. We're back after a little bit of a hiatus. Uh Thrilled, beyond thrilled to welcome returning to the show my dear friend Danal Casera. Welcome, 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 welcome. And you wanted to do the next intro, so I'll turn it over to you now.
I would love to do the next intro because I have a new coworker and dear friend of ours, which currently works in our office of the CEO, our senior CEO advisor, Fabricio Laguna.
I should now put my bow tie here.
Please, this is a
So
very
yeah, that's a
formal
very formal
exercise. Yeah.
role. So
Yes.
I'm now senior. I can't put these at all. Yes, I should be holding these. Yeah,
Now,
something like
is
that.
that like a magician's bow
Uh,
tie, or did you actually go buy that to wear it?
I know what
I,
that's from.
yeah, you know what that's for, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. But
Was that
there's
from last?
there's a gala dinner next week where I should
Ah,
use a bow tie
I got you.
on Lisbon, and I bought this for it. So
Well,
we'll
I'm
see.
sorry. What's next week? What's going on next
Oh, wait,
week?
that's the week after.
No, yeah, yes, yes.
Oh,
The gala dinner is on the week next. So there are
I
a
like how
lot
you
of
did that,
stuff.
the little flourish. The following week.
Yes, the following week. Yes. So
Pardon me. I'm
He's
the new senior advisor to the CEO of IIBA.
that's an important role. At
It's
least
a
it's a beautiful name.
So, all joking aside, congratulations. And
Thank you.
we had a little bit of fun. We have a private
pre-party.
WhatsApp group. We we had fun with that title, but in all seriousness, congratulations. Congratulations to you. You're a credit to the profession and your country.
Thank you very much, Vince. It's an honor for me. It's something really interesting. IIBA is betting on me to be their
Right.
representative in some events. So the not next week, but the other one, I'm going to be in Portugal talking in the World Agility Forum
Very
in
good.
representing IIBA. Next week, I'm going to be in a conference here in Brazil, BA
I heard.
Brazil.
Yes.
Yes, and where we are going to have the amazing international speaker Daniel Sarah with us, and another conference in Brazil, the Developers Conference, where I will be representing IIBA just
Cool.
before Lisbon. In October, I'm going to be in Australia for the Festival of Business Analysis, talking about artificial intelligence and business analysis. And December, it was already scheduled, but now I am representing formally IIBA in Chicago and PMBA conference. So
Well, that one's in November, so I'll see you
November,
there because
yes,
I'll be
November.
there, and so
Yes, and
I'll
you're
be at
there.
that one. All these other ones I'm not invited to. I actually the Festival of Business Analysis was really interesting. The way that they did their call for speakers, I thought was really cool. Where it was like recommend somebody, and so I was like, well, I'm not going to recommend myself because that's a bit self-serving. But if someone wanted to recommend me, I'd be okay with that. And I'm not going, so I guess nobody recommended me. And, but that's on me to build love in the community. And maybe someone from Australia, if you're up, I know it's late for you or early for you rather.
Or-
Maybe next year. Let's talk. Let's talk. But good for you, man. Like it, it I know that travel. I I know in this group we travel and travel when you're going to conferences when you're doing it on business, it is not glamorous and fun and exciting. I mean, you're going to Australia, that's fairly cool, but I'm sure you're not looking forward to the flight. The destination is good, the flight is
yeah, the flight
Well,
can be tough.
is always tough. But
So
being with the business analysis community is something very cool. I would say that our community is full of nice people that wants to share, that wants to talk, that wants to change information. It's always nice.
right. And
And
Brienne has a critical question, I think. Is Bowtie Fabricio your alter ego? Is this your digital twin?
maybe my senior advisor uniform. No,
Ah, so you
no,
are in
I don't
an
take it off.
official capacity now as the. Oh,
Yes.
there, he took it off. Okay, now we can talk. So now I can ask, what beverage are we having today?
Oh,
Danelkis, why don't we come to you first?
So I'm usually a whiskey girl, as you know.
Yeah.
However, I have been warned that next week I will be drinking something called, oh, wait, hold on. Cachaça?
cachaça. Yes.
Cachaça. And
Okay.
that's similar to rum. So I'm actually drinking Havana Club today.
Okay.
Just to get
Excellent.
accustomed to the rumishness again.
That's okay. Good. That's good stuff. Okay. Fabricio, Mr. Senior Advisor.
Well, better than my coffee. You see my cup here. So,
Oh, nice.
but I'm drinking coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
I
And what are
I
you drinking?
I needed a coffee this afternoon and I didn't go get it. So let's see how long this goes. I'm just rocking some water.
Okay.
All right, so
Cheers.
I'll be
Cheers.
healthy tonight. Cheers.
I mean, listen, if we have some fun, I've got. Oh no, I put it away. I had some bourbon right here, but I put it away. Um, but there you go. Uh, Rick Burn. Oh my God, Ricky Burns. Ricky. What's going on? I haven't talked to you, and we should talk, Rick. It's been many years, and a lot has changed. Burnsy. First of all, not first of all, we've moved. We're always like 10 minutes in at this point. I want to thank you guys for jumping in. Had a last minute. My buddy Mike Martino got called to a last minute meeting. He's also a senior, very senior role, and it was one of those you couldn't get out of. And so I want to thank you guys for literally like in the 11th hour jumping in, so that I didn't have to cancel the show because then I have to renumber all the other ones. I didn't want to cancel it, so it was like I've already got 3.7 and 8 and 9 scheduled because maybe we'll do some more plugging here. Fabricio and I, because we collaborate, not just you and him, and go into like Sao Paulo and stuff. We are a part of a conglomerate of thought leaders in the BA space that have at I will say at the catalyst for this was Kathy Burkage,
Yep.
who said we should do a 20 days of business analysis to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the IIBA, as well as the countdown to BA Day on November the 1st. And so Fabricio and I, and I think Danelkis, you're going to be on one of my shows during the time. So you're a part of it, but you're not hosting.
I've been on the chat. I'm part of the cool kids.
You're there. But we starting. I think it's starting October the 6th. Is it
The 4th.
Is it the 4th?
October 4th.
We're gonna be doing at least one show from a different thought leader every day, leading up until the 1st of November. So Judy's here. I know Judy's going to be doing some of her optimistic bites. You will be doing your show, which
the Brazilian BA guest. Actually, I'm going to be in 2 different shows. The Brazilian BA guest on October 30, and I'm opening the jam with the business chat of IIBA Brazil that usually we do with every Wednesday in Portuguese, but at this special edition, it's going to be made in English, and we will have as guests Kevin Hines and Jen Bedell.
They're okay.
They're more than okay.
They're okay. So
they're so cool.
They're awesome.
No, of course. I get notifications for your show every week, and every week it's like, should I watch it? But I don't understand Portuguese, so it would be like I could join, but what am I gonna do?
You'll come on October 4th.
I can't. I can't
You
come.
can
But
you can
you
watch it
literally
recorded
picked.
later.
You literally picked the one day of the year that I cannot join. It is my daughter's birthday, and
Okay,
so
okay.
I don't do anything. I would, I know Amy's got a conference going, and it's like, nope, not coming. They're going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico for the first time. I'm like, nope, I can't. It's
I'll be there. And so is Judy.
I won't. But so yeah, so Fabrizio's going to be hosting some shows. I've got some shows. AJ and Steve are going to be doing Analysts After Dark. Angela Wick is involved. Adrian Reed is involved. Judy is involved. We already talked about Judy.
Philip
There's going to
Hendricks is
be
going to make
Philip,
BA Beyond
Philip and the
shows.
BA
We are going to have
Cafe.
the BA Cafe.
I know I'm forgetting things, but like,
Uh, Paul
just
Ben from New Zealand is hosting a show.
oh, I didn't know that.
That's news.
Hey, I keep
Yeah.
missing the weekly meetings, so. But so be on the lookout for that. There is a LinkedIn group that you can join to get more information. Is the BA Jam? BA Jam. It's going to be awesome. Well, we think it's going to be awesome. So
It is.
Well,
I think so.
I mean, you guys, at the end of the day, you've mentioned some really big names. So it's our community.
Mm.
We joke around that we're the cool kids, but it's a really high intelligence level and high fun.
Yeah,
So
that I
when you
agree.
do the fun and you do the smarts and you put it together, come on now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go from there? And here's the link. I can't see who it is. It says LinkedIn user. I appreciate you, LinkedIn user. I don't know why some people, like, I can see Judy's coming in from LinkedIn. I can see Rick Burns is coming in from LinkedIn. So is Brienne. For whatever reason, LinkedIn user. I'm sorry. Now, I know normally that's Tina Lovelock. I don't know. Maybe that's Tina. But anyways,
Maybe
so
it's a robot, artificial intelligence, just understood
it
what you
could
needed.
be. It could be. It could be. Oh, it's
Oh, this is
Mindy.
Mindy.
Oh, there we go. It's Mindy. Thank you, Mindy. Mindy's okay too. She's okay.
Hey.
Mindy's fine.
She's awesome.
Denalkis, I mean, we've talked about this.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you and I haven't talked about this, but I've said it on the show. If I say about a person, they're fine.
Eh,
It is the ultimate show of love.
I get that.
Because if I actually just thought, she's fine, I wouldn't say anything at all. Like,
Well, here's the thing: if we
like
can't,
Steve Jones.
eh,
Yeah, Steve Jones.
I think the key, if we don't prank each other, then worry.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So Kevin and Jen Bedell, they're fine. They're okay. Adrian and Tina, they're fine. They're okay. They're fine. Fabrizio and Philip, they're okay.
Eh.
Thank you, Vince.
You're welcome. This is as close to love as you're gonna get from me. We're just coming out of the summer. We're at the end of the official summer, at least in the northern hemisphere. Let me quantify that because I know our friend south of the equator is going through winter right now. But we're coming out of this what is the traditional summer break period. How did you guys spend your July and August?
So the fact that I'm in Florida, is it really a summer?
I know.
It's, you know what? So far we have been lucky, or
Mm.
I have been lucky to not have a storm, so I'm happy. I've worked.
Okay.
I haven't taken time off. My travel season is actually kickstarting this weekend.
Cool.
And there's no vacations. Summer vacations in South Hemisphere. We're actually in winter, and
Yeah.
so we have a month of vacations on July.
Okay.
But it was 2 months ago, so it's just different. And I don't have young kids anymore, so even vacations don't make the same feeling when your kids are grown ups and they're working.
Oh,
So
that's good.
They just work.
I got a
Aw.
key question for you because it's warm there now, right? It's your winters are not. Like, I hadn't stopped to think about this. I need to pack. What is I haven't checked.
Yeah, you don't show up in a parka. It's not that kind of weather.
Probably the same as you have there, Daniel, because it's
Oh,
warm. Yes,
I figured.
it's
Okay,
warm.
it's
Yes, yes. So we had a cold week 2 weeks ago. It was really cold, 15 Celsius. It
all
was
right.
really cold. So
Come
15.
on, man.
yeah. And today is I think we got 27 Celsius.
Okay, so
That's
15 is about 60-ish.
that's
That's
nice
our
and
winter.
comfortable.
Uh,
That's
Okay,
nice and comfortable.
that's my winter too, so I'm okay with
yeah,
that.
so probably you feel as home.
So 17 degrees is like shorts. I'm wearing shorts.
Uh,
No.
It's
we are
that's
freezing.
pleasant. Now, I was I took a couple of weeks. I was very quiet. I think in August rather,
You went
and
further
went to Spain for 3 weeks,
That's awesome.
and did some really like I. Anyways, I'm not going to get into what I did, but I was blown away by the heat.
Mm.
45 degrees.
Oh, that's heat.
All right, hold on. 45 is I have a
It was
cheat.
about 110.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
No,
at
that's
like
hot.
9 o'clock at night. So
But no
I have
humidity, because their humidity is not bad.
I was in Madrid, so it was humid. It was unpleasant.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's nice to get out and see the world. And in this case, we went to visit my wife's family. The little ones got to hang out with their los abuelos, and I got to practice some Spanish. I'm getting more conversational,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
which is
That's
scary.
great.
So
Puedes hablar
so
en el capítulo de España
Sí, o en Perú, o
o
en
México.
México, sí, Puerto Rico. Puedes hablar en diferentes espacios.
sí, sí.
Cambiamos hoy para español.
I now that I'm back home, I lack the confidence. When I was there, I was like, "Hola, ¿qué tal?" I was like all right up in it. Now that
Tapas,
I'm back home,
Pino.
but I need people to like the way that you guys were speaking was perfect. Is like más despacio,
Sí.
and I can't because then I can't keep up. I can't.
Madrid isn't too bad.
No.
I went a few years ago to meet family. So my family's originally from Spain. My grandparents are from Spain. We went on a family trip where every couple of days we switched towns and we met more family that I had never met.
My God, this is torture. I did that trip. It's torture.
Well, for me, it was cool because I didn't know anybody, and it was
Yeah,
cool to
yeah,
know
yeah,
that I didn't have I had no idea they even existed. But we kept switching towns, and the dialect kept changing.
Right?
And by the end of the trip, I had no idea what they were saying.
Right.
And I know Spanish.
Right.
It was weird.
It's the same in Italy. There's different dialects, and so the proper dialect is what they speak in Rome. But you go to like where my family's from, right in the south in Calabria, and it's very like I can pick them out now because I grew up hearing that dialect, but it's almost like they shush things like shush, shush, shush. I don't there's elements of Portuguese in there for some reason. I'm not sure, but
Borders Portugal.
no, it doesn't
Well,
at
my
all.
family does. So I have part of my family border. Actually, we have an aunt that has a vineyard that it's by the Rio Minho, which divides Spain and Portugal. Her
Yeah,
view is of Portugal.
In the north or along the western coast?
In the north, when in the dip that goes
In Galicia.
in Galicia, yes,
Sí.
where they spit on you when they fuck.
Galicia. You have to you really a lot of my Spanish practice has been getting the tongue ready. Barcelona, Madrid.
That's
dummy.
because they speak the Spanish from Spain. If you speak
Yes,
the Spanish from Latin America, that is different.
I know it's much more halting, but hey, whatever.
Uh,
Um,
but
so there you
this,
go. Yeah.
my Spanish is nothing. It's just a trick. I don't speak Spanish at all. I just pretend I speak. I speak Portuguese with a
I
Spanish
already
accent.
said you can't say that anymore.
Yeah, and I pretend people will understand me, and they pretend back.
If you project confidence in
Yeah,
your manner of speak, if you put on your little bow tie,
yeah.
Because
then
he's a
people were
singer.
like,
And
maybe
start to
I'm
speak
the one that
with
doesn't
the
understand.
tongue in my teeth. People will understand me.
Yeah, maybe this guy is speaking properly and I'm the dummy. Maybe. Um, but there we go. So yeah, so summer is over. I think it was a nice break. I'm glad to be back. And like you, Danelkis, my travel kicks off next week as well.
Where are
And
you
just
off to?
where am I off to?
Yes.
I'll be joining the amazing Kat McGill in
Da-da.
Austin.
That's right.
I'll be in Austin next. Well, I'll be there starting next Thursday, which we're gonna have another show. I got to figure out who's gonna be on next
It
week,
is the
but
15th, right?
it's the
ATX
15th.
Badge.
It's next Friday for IIBA. For their BA Development Day, ATX Bad. The
Kat should put up
theme
her link so we could just blast
that
it.
I should do that. I should have been
Good.
ready. The theme is the Lord of the Rings, so I'll be debuting a new keynote
Very
Mm.
cool.
based on charting your path, leadership lessons from the Lord of the Rings. I'm very excited to be doing that. But then after that, so I literally come back from um, Austin
Mhm.
Saturday. Sunday, I'm back at the airport going to Las Vegas for my company conference, Infotech Live.
Nice.
Then I come back, and then I'm going on a little family trip, beginning of October. Then I come back. Then I go to Boston for Project World.
I will
So
see you there.
are you going to be in Boston?
I
Fantastic. So we
am.
can talk in Boston. Um, and Boston is the end of a pretty crazy period. So, although I just found out that I'll be going to Tallahassee in the beginning of middle of November, and then I'm back, and then I go to Chicago for the aforementioned BA World, uh, where Philip is going to be there, Fabricio is going to be there, Jamie Champagne is going to be there, and I know that the four of us, are going to be there because we are doing a panel on thought leadership in the BA space. So that should be interesting. Um, yeah. Oh, Kat, you're the best. There we go. Check us out. If you've never seen me live, you
You should
definitely you
absolutely.
should absolutely see me live.
And
Um,
Austin's pretty cool. I love Austin.
and Austin's pretty cool. And this time we didn't get to do it last time, but this time I was talking to Kat the other night. We are going to do because my producer from LinkedIn, Stephanie Gerald, went to school in Austin, and she's like, when you're there, you have to go to two places: Taco Deli and Torchy's. And he's like, if you're really feeling it, try both and compare them. And I'm like, well, I don't have time for that. I'm like,
I don't
so
remember where I went with Kat, but it was awesome.
well, last time we went to a brewery after the bad, and that was pretty cool. But at that point, like I was fried, like I was
Not for
tired.
me. It was a food joint that was just like outstanding.
Oh, we went to a place, Tiger something. I want to say,
I
Cat, I
have no
forgot it.
clue
Cat,
what
if
it
you're still
was.
there, put the name in. It was like
I took
Tiger
a
Milk.
picture of
I don't
it,
know.
but I have no clue what
Um,
it was.
but yeah, so we're gonna do a taco taste test. It's like the Coke versus
Oh,
Pepsi. I'm very excited.
I totally want to be there. I'm so jealous.
Very excited.
Very
I
jealous.
love,
But I'm gonna
love.
be in a cool place too. But I'm so jealous.
Well, I mean, so now Kat and I have been talking about going back to. I keynoted there last year. I'm Easy Tiger. Thank you. I
Mine
knew it
was
was like Tiger
style
something.
switch.
And you guys went to Styles Switch. Easy Tiger was better, except there were two old dudes playing music, and it was like you could see this cone of like open seats right in front of them.
I
It
want
was
to
a
know
bit
which one Kat thinks is better.
it was a bit sad. No, Torchy's and Taco Deli is better. Anyways,
You've
anyways,
only been to one. I've only been to one. Kat's been to both. She gets to decide which one's better.
fine, but if I don't like the answer, I'm not putting it up.
Well,
Um,
that means you got to go there the next time you're in town.
so
Next
so
week.
so I committed to going to Austin. I want to say like late last year. So even if I was invited to Brazil,
Which that
I
was our
would.
game plan, but we knew you were going to be in Austin. That's why we didn't say anything.
Ah, there it is.
That's
You
the
guys
point.
planned it around me not being available.
Not
That's what
exactly.
it
We
is.
wanted to invite you very much, but we know how sad you will be by saying no and having to say, "Oh, I can't because I'm busy." So we tried
We just
to
didn't mention
take
it, so you wouldn't
this
feel left
burden out of you.
I
Yeah, it's the
I
whole FOMO stuff. We didn't want to.
I appreciate, as someone who suffers badly from FOMO, I appreciate that. Next 2024 in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. But yeah, I mean, officially travel it's conference season. I think I saw Steve put in there it is.
It
It's
really is.
conference season. Like,
I'm in the office 4 days in the month of October. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. So
wow.
I leave this weekend to Brazil. I
Mhm.
come back. I work for 2 weeks. Then I'm off to New Mexico for PMBA.
Mhm.
I'm back for 4 days, and then I leave to Boston PMBA,
Mm.
and then I'm taking a week off to vacation. However, my entire family decided to join me.
Oh,
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
is that, I'm trying to figure out, is that genuine or no? It's not genuine. Okay, there it is. All right.
It's recorded. Nobody's seeing. No problem.
It's not like we're broadcasting this on the internet that they can freely watch. You're good. You're good. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I love my
Um,
family.
because you have to. Although
No,
you're not legally obligated. Yeah.
no, my sister's amazing. I love traveling with my sister.
So you enjoy selective members of your family.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone has that cousin or that uncle or aunt or like just is weird.
Mhm.
I have several of them, and so I won't name them by name because this is being recorded and broadcast over the internet. But it's like,
Exactly.
I'm good. I'm good. So yeah. And Fabricio sitting there just judging us. I can feel your judgment. Like, these two people hate their family.
I don't.
In Brazil, it's all
Those are
love.
strong words. There's a lot of love.
Not judging, but in Brazil we are
No,
very
no.
family-ish people.
Yes.
But as all families, we're crazy. So
Sure.
I think there is
Sure.
no healthy family if there's no craziness between it and some
That's
damaged relations. That's part of being a family. That's how you develop a human being, a good one.
Yeah, my family's very healthy.
But it's true. I mean, that's what makes it interesting, right? Like, if you were just like, oh, nice to see you. Yes, lovely to see you as well. That's boring.
We're
You
far
need
from
to have you need to have that one crazy uncle or one crazy cousin that's just like, can you believe what he said? No, I can't. Like, so yeah. Fabricio, looks like people are excited to get to catch you on the world tour.
Yeah.
So
I must do. I know that in Portugal, I'm going to walk around with Tete, my wife. So
mm,
we have an extra week to travel, and we are
Oh,
lovely.
going from Lisbon to Porto, just in Portugal. And I'm curious to meet Porto. I have never been there. I have been in
Mm.
Lisbon once, but never in Porto.
I will
And walking
remind me to
through
share
different.
my itinerary with you next week. So we did the
Oh,
same thing. I had last year when I did the trip, I had to take a week off in order to make it work for work.
nice.
So I took a week off in the middle so I could combine all the conferences. And my family joined me. It was supposed to be my sister, and my parents also came. And we did what you just said. I flew into Porto, and then we drove down, and we drove all the way to the coast, and then went back up to Lisbon for the conference. Um, so I'll share what we liked and didn't like, and
Nice,
we'll
nice,
compare notes.
interesting, good things to compare. In Australia, I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I'm going to have time for tourists, because I'm going to speak in three different cities. I'm going to speak in Perth, then in Alberta, and then in Sydney, and it's one day after the other, and having a trip, so it's going to be very busy. Uh, so
Are
being
you doing
a
extra?
senior advisor, have some duties.
I've got things to do. I'm
Wait,
I'm
wait,
too
wait.
busy.
Does that also include, hey, Delvin, we're going to the pub?
I'm
I don't know what.
gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe I should advise him, Delvin. I think you should not drink this wine, but the other one, because it relates better with
Strategically,
her steak.
strategically, Australia is well known for its Shiraz. We should probably have some local Shiraz, and we should probably try like 8 of them. Let's try 8 of them to make sure.
But you have to have olives while drinking wine. Always, always have your olives.
Why?
Yeah, yeah, that's important. Yes, maybe useful.
¿Por qué?
We have very good memories in Slovenia when
Oh,
we
okay.
were drinking wine and rating our wine by the size of the olives that we were also eating.
Mm.
It was
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
It was
All right.
interesting.
We use the seeds of olives to rank the wine. So there is this menu of wines because we were in a winery, and as we were tasting, I was putting seeds from different sizes and changing them as a new wine came. And oh, this is better than all this one, and so we had to
It's the
change the.
bigger seed.
Mm.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds very official and
It was.
Yeah.
very dignified.
Yeah. It was some. We created a new technique of business analysis
You did.
prioritization
You
while
prioritize with
drinking.
olives.
Yes.
Yeah,
Olive seeds.
it's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. Um, yeah. So it sounds like we're all gonna get to have some in-person shenanigans this week, or this year rather, or to the end of the year. And already, if for those that are watching, if you haven't noticed, this whole show has just been shenanigans because there's no agenda, there's no plan. I wanted to, but because it was last minute, it's like let's just hang out and talk and just kick it. I don't know what this means, Steve. What is it? Oh, okay. Wouldn't it be like OPIs, olive performance indicators? Um, did we just coin a new term? Uh, so it's awesome that we're gonna get to hang out. Are you guys already starting to see things into next year as I'm trying to get invited to Brazil in 2024?
I know a couple of people. I can make that happen for you.
I do. I mean, I think is my standing invitation to have a couch at your place, Fabricio, still open, or
Sorry.
it, is the invite for me to just stay on your couch still open?
Oh, sure, always.
But not
No,
this
no.
week because I got it.
Yeah, not this week. The next week, Daniel's got the coach, but
Okay. So
it's
it's
always
it's an
open for you.
open, but there's blackout dates. I can't. There's certain dates I can't use. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Well,
That's
but
fair.
it's always open, independently of a conference.
Dangerous, my friend. Dangerous. Dangerous. But are you guys starting to? Steve. Steve Jones.
With the dogs.
I won't
Yes.
say anything about Steve. But Steve is right. The Boston shenanigans are fun. So Boston is an awesome spot. But are you guys starting to look at travel for next year? And like, what have you got on the agenda have you booked anything that far out?
The only thing that I know for sure so far is BBC's in Orlando in April.
Oh,
Yes. And after BBC, there's a PMBA Orlando.
it's the
Just
week
next
after.
week, just the week after.
I know.
Really?
Yeah, it's the week it's the week after.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So what do you guys say? And Tete's thinking really hard on that, of renting a house and have a bunch of friends in a nice house in Orlando
That'd be
for 2
cool.
weeks.
the in theory it sounds great. Um,
However,
um, I am
married.
I'm no, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of how to say this. I am married. That is
Yeah.
but there are moments that I value quiet and solitude. And I would feel not all love, but I would feel like we would have to hang out, and I couldn't just like I'm just gonna go to my room because I probably don't have a room. I probably have a couch. So
well, and here's the other thing. If
and
if
that's just about
you,
knowing yourself.
I was gonna say, if you know
I don't know
yourself,
if the invitation to come to Brazil is still open now.
So small group things I'm good. I'm talking
Okay.
like and maybe that's the if we rent a house, is how many people are there. If there's like more than 6 people, I I don't have quiet time. I
Okay.
need quiet time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have some quiet time here.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
and
Invitation is still open.
I was
Thank
gonna
you.
say that's important to know yourself for that same
Hmm.
reason, because you also do FOMO. So if you need quiet time and you're in your house, you're not gonna want to go in your room, even if you had a room, because you
Right.
want to stay with everybody.
Right. Like last year in Orlando, Zanelkis, I don't know if you remember this because you were sort of in and out a bit too. Uh, there were times where like at the end of so Orlando is special because Hans Ekman always brings up the Hans cooler, which is a massive like you could fit like 3 or 4 bodies in there, and it's filled
Yeah,
with
he
snacks
he
and
takes care of
beverages.
everybody.
He takes care of us. Hans is awesome, and I love working with Hans. But Hans brings that, and it becomes like after the event, it's a party. So we hang out in the square of the hotel. But last year, both nights that I was there, it was like, okay, you know what? You guys are all going for dinner at 11 o'clock. I'm out. Like I'm gonna get a pizza, and I'm out. Uh, and then I was on like the 15th floor, and I could hear all of you idiots laughing because like you have a very distinctive laugh. Amy Riddell has a very distinctive laugh, and so it was like, can you guys shut up, please? Because I'm up here trying to watch Netflix and like eat my pizza, and you guys are like laughing and having fun, and I'm gonna come back down, and I don't want that. So there you go.
Oops. Maybe not so oops.
I
That
mean,
serves
whatever.
you for abandoning us because we really wanted you to be there with us.
Nobody missed me.
We
Let's
did.
keep that real. Nobody
No,
missed
we
me.
did.
No, 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 no. Nobody missed me. Nobody missed me. So I'm trying to bring something up because you mentioned BBC, and I want to and this is not meant to call anybody else out, but I wanna show something. I want to
Uh-oh.
share. I'm gonna share my screen just for a second here. Entire screen. Okay. So this This has been used
That's very cool.
in the advertising for BBC. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Why?
It's a terrible angle, and I don't know what was going on with my hair that day.
Well, I saw it and I was very proud. I'm like, ooh, I know these folks.
No, I'm not like, oh, they're using me in their thing. Ugh. I was more fascinated with the people in the crowd.
I'm
There's
fascinated with how much Kat is interested in what you're saying.
right. So I'm like, and I think I saw this yesterday on Instagram, and I'm like, that guy looks like he's saying something smart.
That was the moment you sold your keynote speaker for us.
You think so? But so I mean, Kat looks interested. There's some smiles here. I keep looking at Columbus, and like, what? He does not look like he's having a good time, and that hurts me a little bit, because like maybe he was looking at my lollipops. I brought some Canadian lollipops that I gave up, Canadian flavored lollipops, double maple bacon,
You know,
ketchup chips.
I could say this because I know Columbus. He's probably sitting there going, why isn't that me up there?
Well, no, but Columbus was speaking at BBC. It's just that not in that session. So, but you think that's what's going on? Does Columbus have beef with me? Maybe.
No.
No, Columbus is the best. So I every time I see this ad, I cringe.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I hate myself.
No, I think it's
no,
cool.
that's a
And
nice one.
No. So I hate looking at myself, and now I have to look at myself in advertising. And it's just like the promo video that was done for my LinkedIn course, which I'm tempted to play here if anyone hasn't seen it, where there's two of me. And it's like, this is my nightmare. That there's two of me.
I'm not
So-
sure the
Really
world
cool.
can handle. I'm not sure we're ready for two of you.
I'm not ready for two of me. Like, yeah. Anyways, so I you know, I'm honored to be in the advertising. I hope there's an opportunity to go back to BBC, and we'll see. We have to figure that out. I know that the call for speakers is still open, apparently, because this is from yesterday. I think it closes tomorrow, if I'm not
I was
mistaken.
gonna say it's
Yeah, I think it closes tomorrow. But yeah, it was like, this is not a good picture of me, but I'm trying to ignore me and look at all the smiling faces. And that's awesome. And right here, so if you extend the picture just a little bit, this is where Fabrizio's sitting.
Yes,
Right
yes, I was
here.
there.
Because
Right
I
there.
couldn't, because I'm like, he's sitting close. He's gonna be critical. He's gonna pick me apart. And so that's where Fabrizio and his wife Tete were sitting right here. And
That actually might be his hair right back there.
no, this is in the front row. That's the front row.
No, but if you look back, there's another head.
Here?
Yeah, isn't that somebody else?
That's someone in the front row. Look at the arm.
Yeah.
That's someone in the
Yeah,
front
but
row.
there's two different hair there. There's two different hairlines.
I don't think so. Maybe, you know what?
That's a
Maybe. I don't know.
really
It's not my
forehead.
picture. It's
That's
not my
a really
picture.
big forehead if it's just one.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. So this Kat, we should probably just use this as advertising for the bad next week, because it's like the president of the chapter, the keynote speaker. We just need to scrub this out, change the
No,
date.
for
And
someone that was just saying he didn't like it.
All right, that's enough of that. We don't need to share that anymore. Also, I'm going to close that window so I don't have to stare at myself. There were 5 rows. No. We were full. Pardon me. We were full house. It was standing room only in my session. If I had to estimate, I don't know. I was in one of the big rooms. There were probably at least 200 people in there. At least 200 people.
Yes, it was full.
Yeah.
But it might have
Yeah.
just been the front rows are the only ones with the tables, and then it's just chairs.
No, they were all tables, weren't they? I thought they were all tables.
Some of the rooms had tables and then just chairs.
Oh,
I guess this room has all tables.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was all tables. Yeah. Yeah. Every room I went to for the all three sessions that I went to, including my own, they were all tables.
I have to admit that I was running around most of the time and barely went to any of the sessions.
It is the way, right? Like you
Crazy.
are an official, you're an IABA official, so you had stuff. Hmm. But you had stuff to do. Um, but yeah, I only went to three sessions, not because I didn't want to, but I was running around doing other stuff. But I went to my own. I was in the audience for Fabrizio's session Thursday morning,
You're
and
my
and
red
just
lab.
and just happened. No, it wasn't planned. It was I
No.
just happened to be selected to do an exercise with him
Cool.
that was
Which
just
was
totally
very cool.
random. Just
Yeah.
me and Philip, who was on the other side of the room, not intentionally sitting far apart from each other, so it didn't look obvious. And
And later, Angela Week joined you.
and then later Angela Wick joined us. And then I went to Lori's session at the end of the day on Thursday because it was Lori's, and I think we talked about this on the show in
Her
advance of that.
last.
It was her last time
BBC.
being at BBC and really speaking to the BA audience. So it was like, well, it feels like the end
Special.
of an era.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be there for that. And Columbus was there, and he looked much happier than he did in the picture. So
I
yeah.
think he was just pondering.
You think maybe I said something insightful, and he was like,
Yes.
"Oh,
He was like, wow.
maybe." Columbus is gonna kill me if he ever sees this. He's gonna kill me. Columbus, all love, man. Is It was just I was looking at the picture and like everyone looks happy, and and he's like maybe I did say something insightful. I don't know.
I have a
Um,
feeling. I think we just need to reach out to him and be like, so,
so good point. I need to have Columbus back on here. It's been a while since I've had Columbus on here. He's a awesome dude. One of the few business architects I like. So did I say that out loud? Oh shoot. Um, my favorite business architect. How about that? Why don't we go with that? Uh, so BBC. I know Project World. Amy's putting together her events right now. I think she's planning Orlando and Toronto, and then the ones for the fall will happen later. I know I'm debuting a bunch of stuff, new keynotes, new stuff, new workshops next year. I've been a little bit lazy the last 2 years, maybe COVID, I don't know. But I've got a lot of new stuff coming out. So if any
There.
IIBA chapters are looking for keynote speakers,
our chapters are always looking.
you should come to Austin next week and see me in action, and then we'll talk.
I
But yeah,
Okay.
just reading some of the contents here. I thought Danelkis was looking at someone behind us. I don't know what that means. What were
Oh,
the
with the
requirements?
with the hair, there's an extra person.
Oh, and the hair.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean yeah, and then definitely rows. Yeah, it was all rows of tables, and I think this is in response to my business architect statement.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a Columbus thing.
I was just kidding. Because people are upset. I was just kidding. And if you wouldn't have had your twin at BBC, you would have spoken. That's right. I spoke at the same time as Brienne and Angela, and yeah, I think from what I heard though, their room was full too. So it was standing
I
room
heard the
only.
same. Yep,
Yeah.
I heard it was
So
an amazing session.
yeah. So I mean, there you go. Always a delight. And for me, the highlight, sessions aside, the highlight of I was gonna say the highlight of BBC, but the highlight of any conference
Is
is
the
you.
people.
It's you.
Yep.
That's it. It's all you. It's seeing you both. It's seeing, the folks that are in the chat, the folks that aren't watching, the folks that will watch later. That's what going to conferences is all about. It's, I'm glad I get to do it. But it's fun to do.
That's the
That's what
part
I.
artificial intelligence won't steal from us. Empathy,
Right.
Yeah,
connections, human connections.
Right.
absolutely. And I said I had missed almost all the sessions. One BBC this year for me was actually, for me it was great, even though I barely went to any of the sessions,
Right.
because most of my time was actually in that conference room that at one point you guys got invited to as well.
I
We
don't
did
know what you're talking about.
we did breakout rooms, and
Oh, okay. We can talk about this.
we could
That's
talk
fine.
about this. Um, Being able to talk to the community and just really
Yeah.
get your feedback and have our executives hear that feedback, I think that was
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because we build a friendship, we talk often. I take back some of our insights back to the office and share it, but it's not the same when we put all of you in the same room and they hear it firsthand.
Mm.
It goes the extra mile. Um,
Hmm.
and I did a lot of that this past BBC. That's what most of my sessions were, in that conference room, and
Right.
I think they were awesome. Like,
Right.
so.
My just I'm not going to share everything that was said, but my favorite part of the focus group that I was a part of
The
was
Avengers.
I went first, and then I forget who said it, but they're like, really appreciate you not holding back and really, sharing your thoughts. And I'm like, no, this is me holding back. Like, I am I am holding back. So if you want the real story, we can talk later. But like, this is me on good behavior.
This is the
So
polite Vince.
so like, yeah, I'll tell you really what I think later on. But we just met, so I'm not gonna unleash on you. Yeah. So that was a
That was a
funny
classic.
moment for me.
That was classic.
And I think you were the only one who was in the room that knew, and it's like, yep, this is political Vince. This is he's being good.
Yep.
Oh man. Angela was there too. I think, yeah, Angela was in the room and like, yeah,
Angela was there.
he's being on his best behavior right now. Yeah, but the only way that we're gonna, as with anything, the only way you get better is if you can call it out and say it. And so, I talk about that. I talk about that in my highly regarded keynote. Uh, they used to be called Ugly Babies, um, but yeah, like you need to be able to say it in order to do anything about it. If you just pretend and sweep it under the rug, then you can't ever take any action to fix it.
Yeah, my team knows that very well of me. So I appreciate kudos.
Yes, kudos are all. Anytime I have an opportunity to pump your tires, I do it.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. So I spent a lot of time talking about what I'm doing next year. Fabrizio, what do you got going on next year
Uh,
as special advisor to the CEO?
a special
Office of
advisor.
the CEO.
Yes. Let's see if they will want to keep me next year. I'm not sure. Let's
Sure.
see if my advices will have some value. But definitely PMBA, Toronto, Orlando, BBC, I expect to be there as
Yeah,
well. And
we'll see.
BA Beyond, that I know that next year is probably going to be even bigger than it was this year. So I'm not sure if that's allowed to share, so I won't share. But it's probably
It's
even
always
bigger.
grown.
Than,
Every year it
yes,
grows.
I've heard
Philip
things.
have some ideas to grow, and I believe he will be able to.
I've been so impressed with Philip and what he's done with that conference. It's like it's only in its sixth year, I think, and it's an outstand. I've only done it virtually, and it's outstanding.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm hopeful that I can be there next year. I don't know, Philip, if you're watching, I know a great keynote.
I
Uh,
definitely had FOMO this year.
but
Um,
oh, it hurt me not to go this year. And yeah, sorry, Fabrizio, I jumped in there. What else? What else you got going on? Or anything else beyond BA and beyond?
Well, that's it by
Just
now. So yeah. That's just it. I want to share something that we when you invited me to come to this show.
yes, please, please.
Yeah, and I asked artificial intelligence to represent me, trying to fill the gap, and I can share here in my window. This is
Please.
me filling the gap, right? So here, so
Let
there's
me
a
make that
gap.
a little bit bigger for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's this one, just filling the gap, or this
Yeah.
other one, also good as well.
Yeah.
So
Now they're both in football kits.
yes, yeah. So people should be able to see and understand that's the Brazilian BA, right? So
Right.
what's better than a soccer T-shirt, right,
Right.
to
But
represent me?
that's, I mean, it doesn't that then speak to the bias inherent in AI, just assuming, oh, you're Brazilian, you like soccer.
Right? Yes, and actually, it's not really true because I'm
I
not very
know.
much into soccer,
That's what
right?
I'm saying, because
Yeah.
when you were here in Toronto, I invited you to a football match because Toronto. So I was going with Hans, and I was like, I can get more tickets if you want to come. And you're like, no, I don't like soccer. Like, what's wrong with you? Did you have to turn in your
And I
passport?
told you, I got a little ashamed of going to a soccer game in Canada. Once I have never been in a soccer game in Brazil since I was
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that.
Now you did get out to a baseball game, so that's
Yes,
something. That's
yes,
something.
and that was very different. So
Yeah.
something cultural, social experiment.
Yes.
I
It's a
actually
at a
went to
boring sport.
I
Go
went
ahead.
to a baseball game in Toronto, and I was cheering for the Red Sox, which is who you guys are playing. And here's what I learned. I went with coworkers that I from a previous job,
Hmm.
which of course were all, what is it, Blue Jays or
Yeah, the Blue
Jays.
Jays.
okay, so of course they were Blue Jays fans,
Sure.
4 or 5 of them. Myself and this other gentleman that I used to work with from Orlando had Red Sox shirts on. And the Red Sox were actually winning. And we kind of just sat there and we're like, yay, we're winning, nice and quiet because we're
Hmm.
in a stadium filled with
Yes.
the opposing team.
Murderous Toronto Blue Jay fans.
Well, but here's what I learned. You're actually nice fans.
Yeah.
In the States, I know better to not cheer for the opposing team because I'll get beer all over myself. Like
Yep.
from everybody else. We're there. The guys that we were with that were actually cheering for the Blue Jays started cheering for us with us
Oh,
because you guys were so bad and we were like hating you.
we're better. We're better now.
It was
We're
pretty
be-
bad.
we're better now. But
But it was like this, they were cheering us on to cheer our team, which that would
yeah.
never happen in the States.
No, I know that. So I am a well documented Miami Dolphin fan. I went to Buffalo, and there is a heated rivalry between Miami and Buffalo.
Yes.
I will not draft when I was doing fantasy football. I will not draft a Buffalo Bill. No, he's a stupid Bill. He's not on my team. If a player gets traded to the Bills, cut immediately.
Got it.
But I saw a guy wearing a Dolphin hat, holding like beer and nachos. They shoved him down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like they
Mhm.
pushed this man down the stairs. It's like,
Yep.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I had the foresight to not wear any any team paraphernalia. I was just like in an Adidas tracksuit, and that's um but like they pushed this dude down the stairs, and it's like he got hurt.
Hence why I was nice and quiet because that's what I was expecting.
Yeah. So there you
I've,
go.
I've had beer thrown on me before, and like that's just normal.
Let's leave that there. Um I don't want to continue that conversation any further. We're also at time.
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell. So, Danelkis, Fabricio, I want to thank you guys both for stepping in. This was a fun show and a great way to come back from summer vacation. Any parting thoughts that you want to leave our audience with?
I would say safe travels for everyone because everyone should be joining us at all these awesome conferences that we're going to. So check out the links. I know we didn't put all of our conferences on there, but it's about creating family and learning. So join us.
Yeah. And I would like to invite everyone who have not yet subscribed to the BA Jam
Mm.
Festival on
Yes.
LinkedIn to join us. If you can put that link again, Vince, I
I'm
know
I'm
it
looking
is
I'm looking for it.
somewhere
Oh
in the
wait, well
comments.
I found this link first, so I'll
That's a
leave
nice
that one
link
up
as
while I'm
well.
looking for the other one.
Yeah. And
Um,
so this is a great community. This is a nice way to join the community, join those events. There are going to be 20 different events like this one and others. And so it's a nice way. And try to see, to watch some of your not usual
mm,
events. Try to see something different because there are going to be events from different places in the world, from different accents, from different
yeah.
people. So it's going to be a very nice way of engaging more with this community and meeting more people, more of nice, fun people like Vincent and Elkis.
And I will say I think the coolest thing about the BA Jam is it is completely self-organized. Completely self-organized.
Yeah.
Um, we saw a need and thought, wouldn't it be cool if we? And I'm glad. Like 15 BAs talking about stuff. There were times where I'm like, oh my god, you guys are exhausting. Can we just make a decision, please? But you know what? I think it's going to be a really really cool 20 days. I'm thrilled to be a part of it, and that's a great way to end. Thank you both. Thank you to everyone that joined in live. Appreciate your comments. Thanks to anyone who's going to join, who's going to watch the recording because you couldn't make it. We all live in different parts of the world, and I get it. Um, thank you very much. We'll see you next week, where I'll be live in Austin with guests. TBD. Uh, See you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.